Hello everybody. In this class we will discuss about structure of uterus. The uterus is the third part of the female reproductive system. It is somewhat inverted pear-shaped organ. Inverted pear-shaped organ. That means the anterior side is very wider whereas the posterior part is narrow down. The posterior narrow area that is called mouth of the uterus, what we call it as cervix. Now the complete uterus open to vagina through the narrow cervix. Through the narrow cervix. So the complete structure what we call as uterus. Now the narrow cervical canal and vagina all together we call it as birth canal. All together we call it as birth canal. Now this complete structure is highly supported in the lower abdominal cavity with a lot of ligaments. Now when you talk about the anatomy of the uterus, you see that the whole uterus completely made up of three layers of the walls. Three layers of the walls. What are the three layers of walls? Number one, outermost area of the uterus is called perimetrium. Perimetrium. Whereas the middle one is completely made up of muscles. The muscles of the uterus wall is called myometrium. It's very important. At the time of the childbirth, it's going to contract and release the or eject the fetus from the mother's body to the outside. So that is very important. Now the third most important part is that is called endometrium. The innermost wall is nothing but made up of special epithelial cells. What you call it as endometrium. The complete lining is called endometrium. It's another very important because endometrium, this area is especially is giving the site for attachment of the fertilized zygote. Whereas this complete area is performing the particular villi, that means endometrial villi, that is the main cause of, possible for the menstrual cycle in the human female. That means what? Every cycle, every 28 days once there is a cyclical changes in the uterus, what you call it as endometrial villi formation. It is actually accepting the fertilized zygote for the further development. Suppose there is no fertilization takes place, this endometrial linings just get break up and coming out as a mucus along with the blood bleeding, what you call it as menstruation. So these are all the anatomical structure of the female uterus. Now come to this another part, that means the last part, that is external genitalia. External genitalia, it is also known as vulva. It is also known as vulva. Now when you talk about this external genitalia, it comprises the first part mons pipis, clitoris, urethra, labia majora, vagina, labia minora, and this all the parts are collectively what you call as external genitalia. The first one is the mons pipis. See this diagram. This is the area where the pipi hair develops in human female. What you call as mons pipis. This is a very soft, spongy tissue over here. There only there is a appearance of pipi hair at the time of maturity. Now the next part is very important. It's a complete area. What you call it as we say the external genitalia. It is actually covered by the two type of membranous structures. Means there are two fold of lip-like structures which are labia majora outside structure, whereas the inner one is labia minora. So there are two lip-like structures completely covering the external genitalia, that is called we say vulva. What we call it as labia minora, labia majora. So these two foldings are completely covered the vaginal aperture. That means what? Centrally located vagina. Above the vagina there is a urethral aperture. Urethral aperture. Wherever the two lips, that means minora majora, join together at the anterior side, there is a muscular folding, what you call as clitoris. It's a very important organ. Below the muscular fold, there is a nerves endings, nerve junction. From the nerves endings, all the nerves are passing to the supply to the all the parts of the reproductive system of the female. So it's very important organ. So these are all the major structures in the external genitalia. Once again, I will explain you. The part where the pipi hair is appear is called mons pipis. Then two lips, that means covering for the vaginal aperture, labia minora, labia majora. Centrally it was vagina. Above the vagina there is a urethral aperture. Think one point is very clear here. Here reproductive aperture as well as urinary aperture is totally different. Now above that clitoris. Now this complete structure, that means the complete opening covered by the thin and delicate membrane, what you call as hymen. So there is a belief the complete structure is covered by a thin and delicate membrane called the hymen. You know, hymen is a covering for the whole structures. When it's completely covered, it's protecting all the organ. Normally, this hymen is getting ruptured at the time of first coitus. So these are all the main structures of the external genitalia. Then this whole structure associated with a glands, that means what? Female reproductive axillary glands, what do you call it as? Bartholin gland or Cowper's gland. These glands produces mucus secretion, which is act as a lubrication during the coitus. At last, there is only one part is left, that is mammary gland, that we will discuss in the next video.